Tonight, the federal NDP says they will put forward a non-confidence motion to bring down the Liberals in the next sitting of the House of Commons. Plus, it has been 1 year since a Tsay Keh Dene elder was struck and killed on Chief Lake Road, and the family is still searching for answers. And with the Natural Resources Forum coming up in the new year, the resource sector and others are sending a message to government. Good evening and welcome to CKPG News. I'm Adam Burles. Our top story tonight, NDP leader Jagmeet Singh says New Democrats will bring forward a non-confidence motion to bring the Liberal government down in the next sitting of the House of Commons. Greg Fry has the details.
This letter, shared on social media by federal NDP leader Jagmeet Singh, just adds to the political drama in Ottawa this week. In the letter, Singh says that Justin Trudeau has failed in the biggest job a prime minister has, to work for people and to focus on Canadians. As a result, he says he'll bring forward a non-confidence motion as soon as possible after Parliament resumes on January 27th. It's a decision that Skeena-Bulkley Valley NDP MP Taylor Bachrach fully supports.
For sure. I think a lot of Canadians do. You know, the reality is that the Liberals have become a bit of a sideshow in Ottawa. They're having trouble delivering the basic expectations of government. And I think Canadians deserve much more in terms of, you know, standing up during a time of exorbitant cost of living when a lot of people are struggling.
As for what he thinks will come next,
I think speculating about what the Liberals are going to do has proven a pretty fraught exercise. I don't spend too much time staying awake at night trying to figure out what Justin Trudeau is going to do or what the Liberals are going to do.
UNBC Political Science Associate Professor Dr. Fiona MacDonald says one option is to prorogue Parliament. So what exactly does this mean?
This is something people are discussing. This is part of normal parliamentary procedure where it calls an end to the existing session.
MacDonald says that means a complete break with the current parliamentary session for a period of time, after which a new session of Parliament would open. She says proroguing Parliament would last a few weeks and may not be popular with the public.
That's where you're going to potentially have some criticism, right? If the public, and I think it's very likely, sees it as a political move to save the Prime Minister's position, right, that it is self-serving, this is going to bring even more negative attention.
MacDonald says Trudeau's other two options would be to either resign or call an election. Greg Fry, CKPG News.
It's been 1 year since Tsay Keh Dene elder Albert Poole was killed in a hit and run on Chief Lake Road, and 1 year later, the Poole family is still looking for answers. The family is still hoping for justice to be served and get some closure for their father, as his loss and the way it happened still weighs heavy on their hearts. Tommy Osborne has more.
He was always our rock, always there with us, and to lose him this way, and it took a lot out of all of us.
1 year after Tsay Keh Dene elder Albert Poole died in a hit-and-run incident, the Poole family is still looking for closure.
I could still yet see the last minutes, seconds of my dad's life. When that truck hit him, I could only remember looking across and seeing that truck like just a couple of feet away from him. He never tried to slow down after he hit Dad. It's like he sped up more.
Albert died on December 19, 2023, on Chief Lake Road near Wild Rose Road when he was hit by a white Ford F-150, and it's still unknown who was driving the truck.
He was a resilient, strong man. I'm glad I come from a very caring father and a very forgiving father.
People loved him. He was a kind-hearted person, and he never ever wanted anything back in return.
Albert was beloved not just to his family, but to the community, as his children say he was heavily involved in many ways.
Whenever he was in Prince George, he'd go downtown and help his friends out that are downtown, hanging around.
Not a lot of information has come out of the hit and run, but Jeremiah says it was a white Ford F-150 with a chrome workbox on it and chrome lining around the box, and at the time, it had damage on the right side of it. While losing a father is a pain that never truly goes away, the family hopes the person comes forward to help them get some closure.
I have forgiveness in my heart. Like, it's time to forgive and to move forward with our lives.
In a statement, the Prince George RCMP said its investigation was concluded. We have followed every investigational lead we had, but there was not enough information about the vehicle to identify a driver. However, should new information be available, the RCMP would follow up on it, but for the Poole family, it is very disappointing that it is now a closed case.
I'm not sure if they actually cared or even look.
If you know anything about the incident, please reach out to Prince George RCMP. Tommy Osborne, CKPG News.
The Prime Minister today announced the appointment of Wendy Lissagar-Kakia as the new Lieutenant Governor of British Columbia. She will succeed Janet Alston, who has been Lieutenant Governor since 2018. According to a statement from Government House, Lissagar-Kakia is a respected entrepreneur in Canada's hospitality industry and a dedicated community leader and philanthropist, as well as the co-founder of the Pacific Autism Family Network. Lissagar-Kakia will be the province's 31st Lieutenant Governor and will be the 4th woman to hold the role. The Natural Resources Forum is right around the corner, and a number of different BC associations plan to make their message heard loud and clear. They are deeply concerned about the lack of private sector investment in BC's economy. Cheryl Jan reports.
There are more than a dozen active mines in BC and 9 other mines in active development. But a group of 7 economic development associations, such as the Mining Association of BC, have sent a letter to government saying the province is falling behind economically.
What we need to do now is step back, take a look at all of this, and ask ourselves, is this necessary? What is not necessary? And what can we fix and change in order to give the private sector room for growth, room for innovation, and room to build more jobs and bring in more investment to kickstart our economy?
The letter sets out that the province has lost 12,400 manufacturing jobs since 2017, and the lack of investment in the sector is nearing crisis levels, according to the Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters. Forestry has shed over 10,000 direct jobs in just 4 years, and hundreds of millions of dollars in lost investment.
And the situation is really challenging. The current government has a lack of a private sector jobs plan. Virtually all of the jobs created since 2019 have been in the public sector. What these groups are calling for is really a return to private sector prosperity, jobs in the private sector.
For years, mining and forestry have called on the government to expedite the permitting process. Their concerns are exclusive, but there is an overarching concern among all 7 associations.
But the big message writ large is that we have a government that has ignored the fiscal situation in the province, and that's actually hurting BC's long-term competitive prosperity. So getting that budget house in order in the province is actually critical for our overall economy, because it's our ability to pay for critical services for British Columbians. If that's in jeopardy, then overall the economy is going to be hurt.
If Michael Goring has any hope, it partially came during last year's Natural Resources Forum from then Minister of Energy, Mines and Low Carbon Innovation.
Critical minerals are essential to the global energy transition that we're a part of right now. We need these minerals out of the ground so that they can build the wind turbines and the EV batteries and the solar panels that everybody's depending on for that transition.
Goring says there are 17 critical minerals mines on the horizon.
Their construction will deliver some $32 billion in new private sector investment in British Columbia. And that includes, through their construction, that would deliver some $11 billion in employment earnings to workers in BC.
Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.
It's a clothing drive of a different sort taking place throughout the city. It's a discreet little box decorated for the holiday season located at North Country Cannabis. For the past month, they have been receiving lightly used clothes, hats, socks, and so on. Last year, retailers like Trailblazers and Natural Rem started the event with 60 retailers, and they received about 6,000 items. This year, more than 100 retailers participated.
We've teamed up with a couple different brands, and basically they have a representative, and encouraging us to collect donations from customers, so we can disperse just gently used clothing for the winter time throughout the community. It's just there's a lot of big corporations and stuff that get their hands on redistribution, and it's just a lot nicer that we know it's going directly back to the community that we're in. But yeah, no, we've had it out for a while, and lots of our regular customers, a few of the staff members as well, have brought some donations in.
Two of the largest local animal rescue organizations will be seeing some big changes in 2025. So let's take a look back on this last year and learn about what the future entails for animal care in Prince George.
The BC SPCA in Prince George and the Prince George Humane Society will be seeing some big changes in the new year, with the Humane Society partnering with the city.
We're going to be taking over the animal control building and basically caring for animals that come in through the city as strays.
The BC SPCA, on the other hand, will be moving to a community service model until they find a new location to receive animals.
So that would be supporting things like our pet food bank and making sure that our pets have access to food, as well as we still will be operating our animal protection services the same as we always have been. Our Prince George Spay Neuter Clinic will be operating as it has been.
Since the beginning of 2024 to November, a combined 700 animals were adopted out to Prince George residents. While the organizations have been finding homes for our furry friends, both say there are still plenty to adopt.
Everyone who wants a pet has a pet, and so there really isn't a lot of wiggle room as far as placing dogs in particular, large breed dogs. It's really hard to find them homes right now, and part of that is just that our pet population has really gotten a bit out of control in the last few years as we struggled with finding appropriate veterinary access and for spay and neuter and stuff like that.
And this year the SPCA has been facing that large influx of unhomed pets, having received 1,600 animals.
Earlier this year we had that large file from Houston where there was over 300 cats on the property. We've certainly seen a large number of animals come in through different means throughout the province, but yes, specifically here in Prince George, we've seen a large number of animals come through our doors as well.
If you want to help either of these organizations, you can volunteer your time or help them fill their pet food bank. Another way to help is by asking for help when you need it, to ensure that your four-legged family member stays a part of your home.
It's really important that if you're having a struggle with your dog to reach out and ask for help rather than just assuming that you should rehome your dog. There are lots of resources, including ones that we provide to help people manage behavior problems or, if they can't afford food for the month or, something like that, and they just need a little bit of help to get through or help to figure out a way to keep their animal. It would be awesome if more people took that approach rather than immediately thinking, well, I have this challenge and therefore I need to surrender my animal.
Sam Benison, CKPG News.
The lowest gas price in Prince George is $1.44.9 per litre at Costco. This also happens to be the lowest price in the province right now. Manitoba currently has the lowest gas prices in the country on average at $1.27.8 per litre. Meanwhile, BC has an average price of $1.63.4 per litre.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. Feed your team tonight with a delicious mix and match combo. Chicken, pizza, pasta, or dessert for just $8.99 per item.
The 20th annual Spirit Game took place earlier today between the PGSS Polars and the College Heights Cougars. The Polars led the all-time series, 12-7 entering the matchup, but the Cougars won last year's title. The game brought out over 10 elementary schools to witness the game, as well as PGSS and College Heights students to make a raucous crowd at the CN Centre. The Cougars scored the first goal and didn't look back, defeating the Polars 4-1 and taking home their 8th Spirit Game title in a successful last school day of 2024 for all of School District 57.
It's tremendous. My first time here, obviously. I'm really impressed Kids are super excited. Our school spirit is really up. And I'm also really thankful for the cooperation of the staff here at CN Centre, because clearly this could not happen without all of them. It's a fantastic community event. Our younger students get to see older kids supporting their school and really connected. And of course, our high school kids get to cheer on their corresponding schools. And I just think it's fantastic. And I think it'll really be a nice transition to the winter break, which starts literally on Monday. I'm really thankful to the CN Centre and community for supporting this. And I think it really helps to build the dreams of our students. And, I was looking at the Wall of Fame and the NHL stars who have kind of come through this building, and I think any of those things really do connect for our students and let them know that anything is accomplishable.
And Mike Hawes and the Prince George Spruce Kings are staying busy over the Christmas break, adding another piece to their roster. The team announced the signing of 2005-born defenseman Ludvig Bath. The Gävle, Sweden native has played the past 5 seasons in the Brynäs IF program, and most recently with the J20 national team, putting up 11 points in 29 games. Hawes says he is a well-rounded player that likes the physical play but can also join in the rush and initiate offense. The TSX is up 185 points to close at 24,599. The Dow Jones is up 498 points to close at 42,840. And Artemis Gold went up 28 cents to close at $14.11.
Good evening again. We are looking at still some snow falling in many areas across the region tonight and maybe even into the early morning tomorrow, but should be tapering off as we go through the overnight period. Here's the satellite map looking back. Lots of fog and cloud in many places, but we do have sunshine coming our way for early next week. The Futurecast showing some active weather heading into parts of our weekend, but really the bulk of it was today and tonight. This is our Saturday. You can see we're kind of getting brushed by another system moving in, so that could bring us just the potential for a few scattered showers or flurries out there, but nothing too substantial in terms of an organized system coming through our area, at least here in Prince George. Burns Lake, you may see a few centimeters falling over the weekend, though, which I'll show you in just a second. So the mild southerly flow continues. We're seeing those temperatures bumping up through the south, and we will be starting to increase the temperatures too over the next few days. It's already getting mild out there, but getting closer to Christmas even. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Christmas Day. Temperatures are projected to be very, very mild and well above our average. -7 in the Peace. You're looking at foggy patches. That's the same for us as well, by the way. We do have some fog developing overnight tonight, so that should dissipate tomorrow late morning or so, and then left with just a mainly cloudy day, as you can see here. 2 in Vanderhoof, 2 in Fort St. James. There's still some precipitation up through Fort St. James and Mackenzie. West Coast going to be a wet one, but mild, 10 degrees, +1 in Edmonton. Beautiful sunshine and getting that temperature above freezing. It's much more pleasant in the prairies for your Saturday ahead. It's been very cold the last few days. Tomorrow, I think this will feel like a bit of a reprieve from all that cold weather. -5 for Regina, -9 in Winnipeg. Further east, still experiencing some colder temperatures as well. Montreal, Toronto, snow and chilly temperatures there. 11 in St. John, so that's pretty mild and a big contrast to Halifax sitting at 0, but lots of precipitation along the east coast. So as we jump ahead into early next week and closer to our Christmas, we're looking at mainly sunshine. At least this is what we're hoping for, because there is still the potential for some precipitation over the coming days. But at this point, it should be mainly sunny as we head closer to Tuesday and Wednesday. Burns Lake, you've got some precipitation, as I mentioned, in your Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday, likely -8 tonight. Some sunshine, though, for Monday, and then some unsettled weather again for Tuesday, Wednesday. Mackenzie, a little bit of evening snow tonight, -2 the temperature, +2 tomorrow. Afternoon snow is possible. A break on Sunday, sort of in between systems, and then back to a few more flurries in the mix for Monday, even mixed precipitation Tuesday. That temperature up to 4 degrees on Tuesday, though, so you can see a big jump in the numbers. -6 tonight in McBride, a little bit of snow out there, not a lot. A little afternoon snow tomorrow, 2 degrees Sunday with cloud cover. Quesnell will see highs of about 5 and 6 degrees going forward. That'll be the case for your Tuesday. Afternoon showers, though, for Sunday. And for us in Prince George, it's kind of back and forth. We do have the potential for freezing rain tonight. A break tomorrow with cloud cover, mostly. And then we're looking at some sunshine coming our way for early next week. And Monday, Tuesday, temperatures anywhere from 3 to 4 or even 5 degrees as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday. So very, very mild. It will be a bit windy on Christmas Eve, though, so just keep that in mind. But overall, a pretty mild pattern heading towards the holidays.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. Feed your team tonight with a delicious mix and match combo. Chicken, pizza, pasta, or dessert for just $8.99 per item.
Before the U18 AAA Cougars head to Calgary for the prestigious Circle K tournament, they have a couple more regular season tune-ups. They play their final 2 home games of 2024 against the Thompson Blazers. Saturday night is their teddy bear toss game at Kin 1 to help the St. Vincent de Paul Society, and then they wrap up the weekend with a matinee match at the CN Centre. They enter the weekend on a 6-game win streak and sit atop the BC Elite Hockey League standings with 15 wins and 32 points in 20 games played.
We're feeling good. We're riding a high. We're coming in on a hot streak. Winning a lot of games lately, playing some good hockey, some detailed hockey. So it's been good. We have a team that's actually coming in hot. If you look at their record, they're 2-18, but they've won 2 of 3. So we're definitely not going to take them lightly. We know what's up for grabs, which is the 4 points, and that's our main focus. And obviously, you add the Saturday night teddy bear toss and then the toques and gloves. So it means again for another good cause, St. Vincent de Paul, and hopefully we can supply some support for the people that need it in town here. We definitely won't take them lightly. We stress on our details. We focus a lot on our gameplay. We're hard on these guys. We want them to push for more every game and every week. So and lately they've been doing that. It's been a real good group in there and a hard-working group. So we're pushing forward here.
Tonight, CKP3 showcases the best plays from a trio of the Big Four sports in North America, from some unbelievable saves in the NHL to an unorthodox touchdown on Thursday Night Football and a buzzer beater to upset one of the NBA title favorites.
The Columbus Blue Jackets had the tough task of hosting the East's best New Jersey Devils, but their netminder made it look easy.
Back to Luke. Dangles in, pass across, Jack right there. Oh, an incredible save by Elvis. First league against grand theft on Jack Hughes. Andre Palat motors in, shot at Hughes, denied again by Merzlikins. Jack Hughes still after it.
Elvis stoned Hughes not once but twice to help Columbus upset the Devils 4-2. On the gridiron, the Chargers were looking to clinch victory on Thursday Night Football and did so in quite a unique way.
Herbert, little shovel dump pass to Haskins inside the 10, touchdown Chargers.
The shovel pass from Herbert led the Chargers to victory to all but clinch a playoff spot for Jim Harbaugh's squad. And while the Blazers are nowhere near a playoff spot, they sure looked the part against the 2023 NBA champs.
Westbrook defending. Here he comes, drives into the lane. Got him. Banks scores. Get out of here. Simons, shocking. They'll review it, but it sure looked like he beat that red light, Roxanne.
Anthony Simons sure did beat the buzzer to shock the Nuggets and defend home court to wrap up tonight's CKP3.
Hello from the CKPG Today's side. Got a very special one coming up over here. We're going to tag along for a delivery, a very special delivery at the University Hospital of Northern BC today, along with Spirit of the North, because it's time to deliver some toys to the kids in PEDS during the holiday season there. I mean, hey, what better way to serve up cheer than delivering some toys from the community? Very special privilege to be part of this, so very excited to show that off to the folks today. Plus, we get a very awesome opportunity to Zoom Santa all the way from the North Pole. Didn't know they had Wi-Fi there. I keep learning this every year, but very exciting. We'll hear what he has to say on the show today. I want to throw it to you on the other side, though. The question that people are wondering, what did you have on your list this year? I feel like I might be able to put in a good word for you.
An air fryer. I asked Santa for an air fryer for this year. As you get older, I find that it's more things that I'd like. It's a want, but it's also like it would be good to have, something useful to have. It's totally different when you're a kid. It's just like you want everything, but now it's just kind of like, well, this would be nice to have. So hopefully you can put in a good word for me. Thanks. That would be great, because I probably need it this year. Turning to our final story tonight, Penguin Lane, a huge Christmas display set up by a local teenager, has returned for its second year. While it's done both Halloween and Christmas displays for many years, this is the second official year of the Blow Up the Yard event, with the Christmas version specifically being called Penguin Lane. Beyond spreading Christmas cheer for the community, it is also a fundraising event with all donations going to BC Children's Hospital. Since beginning 2 years ago, it's raised $3,500, and it appears to be growing in popularity as the most recent Halloween event saw $2,000 raised.
It's just really nice to give back to the children, especially the ones that can't come out here to the display. It just seems like a really appropriate charity for something like this. I appreciate all the, comments and people give me, and definitely appreciate all the donations for charity that people go out of their way to provide to the display, and it's just amazing to see what people do around Prince George.
All right, that's all the time we have tonight. I am off until next Friday, so Tommy Osborne will be anchoring the next Monday, Tuesday. Until then, have a very Merry Christmas. We will see you on Friday, December 27th. Thank you again for joining us. Have a great weekend. Merry Christmas.